Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and welcome back to Whedon and Why. And this time we got a battle of the two vampire hunters. We got Blade going up against Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, before I move on, there are a few things I want to say. The first thing I want to say is that you may or may not have noticed that there is a background change going on right now. Basically, I'm in a new place from where I was filming before for Whedon and Why. You may not be able to notice because of like the black background because of the Halloween season. Obviously, that will go away after the Halloween season ends, and it'll be much more noticeable. But if you did notice, basically it's because the room that I was filming in before has been going through some changes. Like there have been stuff being moved around, and to film where I was previously wouldn't really work. It just wouldn't work. So this is probably where I'm going to be filming from now on, unless like another change happens. Obviously, it wouldn't happen like anytime soon, but you guys know what I mean. So yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know. The other thing I wanted to say is that I did change the lighting a bit as I did the last episode. You guys can actually see me now, and you can still tell that it is darker for the Halloween season. I'm not sure if you guys like this more than the last one, and I'm also not sure if you guys, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this every single time, because it just depends on the outside lighting most of the time. If I was gonna do something like this more often. But if you guys actually do like this more than the last one, or if you like the last one more than this one, please comment down which one so I know what to do next time. But you know what? I guess that's really all I have to say for the introduction. Let's move on with the episode. So, who would win and why? Let's find out. So first I'm going to talk about Blade. So Blade is a Marvel Comics character, in case you don't know, which means like he's in the same universe with Spider-Man and Hulk and all those guys. And basically about his origin, the main thing you need to know is that when he was being born, his mother was bitten by a vampire, which basically made the baby a half-human, half-vampire hybrid. Somehow. But the main thing that basically that says is that he does have the same like physical stats and abilities as a vampire, but he does not have the weaknesses, kind of like in a Morbius type way in the last episode, Morbius versus Solomon Grundy. So obviously Blade is trying to get revenge on vampires for basically killing his mother in the process, and he is a vampire hunter. He carries a lot of stuff to kill vampires. He has I believe he has a wooden stake. In fact, that's one of the only things he actually has directly to kill vampires. But he is immune to most of the weaknesses, but I'll get into that later. He also carries two swords. I believe one is titanium, which is like acid etched, meaning it has like acid on it, and his other one is an adamantium sword, so that's pretty cool. What else does he have? He also has, I believe, a gun. He has two guns. Well, I'm not sure if it's just two, but he has two different types of guns. He has automatic and semi-automatic guns, which basically he just carries with him pretty much all the time. But yeah, he's basically, most of what he does is he fights vampires. He is a vampire hunter. He has the most experience fighting different vampires, which are probably around the same strength as him. When it comes to strength, he has been said to lift 1 ton. That's around how much he can lift, though he has been shown many other times to lift stuff that is well over 1 ton. So, you know, pretty much if you want to say what his strength is, it's over 1 ton. When it comes to his speed and agility, they are both over the limits of the finest human athlete, much as like a vampire in the Marvel universe would be. Although there are a few things about his speed I do want to say. When it comes to speed, he has been able to dodge gunfire. And if we're saying that this gunfire, let's assume that it's just around the speed of sound. The speed of sound is 340 meters per second, or 761 miles per hour. And that's crazy fast. Like, you think about it, that's nearly that's nearly 4 times the speed that Spider-Man can run. That is crazy fast. And even crazier, he's been able to dodge lasers in the past. And some people might say, oh my god, this is an outlier. But he's been able to do it more times, he's been able to do it often. It's more times than just one. And if we're talking like real lasers equal light. They travel at the same speed as light. And in case you didn't know, light is 670,616,629 miles per hour, give or take maybe a 0.1 or 2, whatever. It's about that much. And if we're talking kilometers, it's over 1 billion kilometers per hour. Now, I don't really believe that this is actually, I don't believe this is a real laser, even though it might be said to be a laser. Not many people know that lasers travel at the speed of light, and I don't think their intention was to make Blade travel at the speed of light, or at least dodge things at the speed of light. But still, regardless of what it is, it's still energy that he's dodging, and regardless, energy is still crazy fast. So, you know, and since he's done it he's done it many times, and it's something that I can't really say is an outlier because of that. So while I'm still not going to put him as like light speed, like over 670 million miles per hour, it's still pretty fast. It's still well over many times the speed of sound. That's what I'm going to go with. When it comes to durability, he has been shown to survive burns and like many different cuts and stuff like that. He can keep going. He has a high level of stamina, but some of that is due to his healing factor. While he does not have a regenerative healing factor, meaning he can't regenerate organs or body parts, his healing factor is about on par with Wolverine. Wolverine has actually said that when they were fighting in the Civil War, that his healing factor was around the same. Now, obviously, Wolverine is very hard to kill because he has the adamantium skeleton basically protecting all of his organs, and like it basically avoids decapitation for him most of the time. Wolverine versus Whedon. But basically what I'm trying to say is that Blade's healing factor basically allows him to survive like basically severe injuries like impalements and like just he's able to keep going, and he's able to basically heal stuff within seconds, like burns and scratches and like deadly cuts and stuff like that. He's able to basically heal that within seconds, which is crazy. Like decapitation will still kill him, but it still means that he's able to keep going. Like when it comes to stamina, I believe he's able to keep going for several hours before before like he starts to tire. When it comes to how skilled he is, basically he is very proficient in every form, in every weapon known to man, though he doesn't carry every weapon with him, obviously. He still basically knows how to use every single weapon. Like I said, he does have different swords and different guns. I believe he also has some daggers. Those are the main, and a stake. Those are the main things that he carries with him when it comes to fighting. When it comes to actual fighting skill, he knows like I think over 5 different martial arts and actually combines them all to make it like his own martial art. So that's pretty cool. He's not like, even without his weapons, he's not defenseless at all. He's super strong, super fast, super durable, his healing factor, and he can really fight. And obviously we're talking about a guy who like survives in the Marvel Universe. He was in the Civil War, meaning that he's fought a lot of different characters from the Civil War. Like I don't remember what side he was on, but if he was on Captain America's side, that means he was fighting Iron Man. If he's on Iron Man's side, it means he was fighting Captain America. He's still living in the Marvel Universe, and he fights alongside and fights many different superpowered characters. His main weakness, however, is that he's not overly bright. While he does have a photographic memory, he does like to rush in sometimes into a fight. He likes to really get in there. And his other main weakness is that while he doesn't have the weaknesses of vampires, he does have one, which is he needs fresh blood in order to survive. However, he does actually come prepared with this. Like he has, I believe, injections of blood. Well, it's not actually blood, it's like his own concoction. I'm not sure if he made it, but like it's this concoction that's actually that actually works better for him than blood would ever work. And if he injects this into him, he can actually keep fighting for another 24 hours. Meaning if he keeps injecting this stuff regularly, he can basically have unlimited stamina, at least as long as he needs to. If he does run out, though he doesn't seem to run out a lot, he does need to actually feed on fresh blood over some time. Although it is a pretty long time, though if it exceeds that time, he will die. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Blade. So yeah, regenerative healing factor, many weapons, many sort of fighting styles, and is strong, fast, and durable. Okay, so now let's move on to Buffy. Man, that Blade thing took longer than I thought it would. So Buffy, if some of you guys don't know, Buffy is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is a TV show. I think it went into like a comic book series as well. So basically who Buffy is, she is the Slayer. In every generation, there's basically like a chosen one known as the Slayer, and she's basically there to stand up against the forces of darkness, including vampires and demons and all that stuff. So she has a lot of experience fighting people like that. When it comes to her own physical stats, she is pretty strong and pretty fast. She's probably not I believe she does fight vampires regularly, and she does seem to be stronger than most of the ones she fights. And even in her world, vampires are pretty strong. It's not shown as to like how strong they actually are. It's never really been confirmed. But Buffy has been shown to actually like throw a vampire with one arm pretty easily. So that is still pretty strong. When it comes to speed, like Blade, she has been shown to dodge gunfire. And when it comes to durability, she can keep fighting for a pretty long time. She does have some sort of healing factor. Obviously not to the level of like Wolverine or Deadpool, or maybe not even Spider-Man, but she can still heal faster than than regular people. What else? So yeah, durability, healing, stamina. She can push herself to keep fighting for a while, and she does have a lot of fighting experience. She's fought, even though she has needed the help of some of her friends when it comes to actually like analyzing her opponents. Sometimes she has fought vampires even when she hasn't been expecting it, and she's fought multiple vampires at the same time. That is pretty impressive for when it comes to like vampires in her own world. What else about Buffy? Buffy has gotten other powers over the course of like the TV show and the comic books, though she hasn't really been able to keep most of them. Those ones I believe include telepathy, this super slayer form, invisibility, and this, I think, what was it? It was like this, dang, it's losing me at the moment. But right now, all I can say right now is that it was this thing where it's like she was able to get like enhanced levels of strength, even further than what she already had, like strength, speed, and she was even able to get like acute senses, which is like sight, seeing. Oh, another thing about Blade. Blade actually has acute senses. Just thought I mentioned that. But Buffy has like she got like telescopic vision and super hearing, like superhuman hearing, and she even had like a high level of invulnerability. However, all of these powers that she's accumulated over this time, they have been she basically lost them. They've only been present for like maybe like an episode or two, or maybe like some sort of comic book thing. I think like the thing where she got like strength and speed and she even got flight during that thing as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but like the acute senses and stuff like that. That thing I think she had for like the longest amount of time, but even then she still lost it. So I'm not talking about her in her prime. I'm basically just analyzing her at the end of everything. Obviously, at the end of everything, she has had a lot of experience doing all this stuff. You know, she's fought, like I said, she's fought vampires and demons and basically like all the forces of darkness. Some of them do require prep. She has to like analyze, like with Giles. If you guys haven't seen the show, like Giles is like the librarian, but he's also super smart. So you know, like she's needed to have like Giles help her like train and stuff like that. She is also really good at when it comes to actually fighting. I'm not sure how many martial arts she actually knows, but she is a pretty good martial artist. She is also pretty intelligent. She can strategize pretty well even on the fly, and like when it comes to like vampires attacking, you know, like even when she's not expecting it, she can go right into the fight and win fairly easily. And when it comes to actually like book smart, she got a near perfect score on her SAT test. So you know that's pretty impressive. So those are the main things I need to say about Buffy. When it comes to what she actually wields, she does wield wooden stakes and I believe like also some like religious stuff that she has with her in order to like face off against vampires. But she also, I believe, the weapon that she's most comfortable using is her Slayer Scythe, which can basically fight anyone, vampire, non-vampire, pretty much anyone. So yeah, like I said, those are the main things that you basically have to know about Buffy. So now, who would win in a fight between these two? Now, the analyses that I made for these characters might make it sound like one-sided. Maybe it does. I'm actually not sure at all. But this is actually a fairly close fight. You know, both of these have greatly enhanced speed and strength and durability and healing. You know, they both can fight many vampires at once, and both of their resumes, you know, they spread out beyond vampires. So you have to think about like really who would win between these two. You know, it can be a bit difficult. However, through a hard fight, I would say that Blade would win this fight. And the reason why I say this is simply because of the physical stats. While both of them do have a high level of strength and speed and durability and healing, Blade simply outclasses her in pretty much every category. When it comes to strength, Buffy hasn't been shown lifting or like having to do anything that would require the strength of 1 ton. And Blade has been shown to actually lift much more than that on some occasions. So, you know, you really have, like, I know, like, when it comes to, like, Flash versus Quicksilver, I know I'm getting off topic right now, but when it comes to something like Flash versus Quicksilver, both of them have, like, superhuman speeds. Yes, but you really have to think about which one is faster. Same with this case. Both of these characters have, like, good, like, high levels of strength, speed, durability, and everything like that, but you really have to think about which one's better and which one, you know, is just... yeah, better. Sorry about that. And so basically when it comes to strength, Blade is clearly superior. When it comes to speed, again, not really much of a contest. We have seen both of them have been able to dodge gunfire, but it's just Blade has been able to dodge lasers. Again, I don't really know what to make out of that, but still, Blade is just... Why am I losing it right now? Blade is just clearly faster than Buffy. We've seen just because of what they've done and what they've been able to do. And Buffy has been shown to be caught off guard many times before, which means her reflexes aren't all that good, whereas Blade's are, insane. So when it comes to, speed and agility, clearly Blade has the edge. When it comes to durability, I guess durability is a bit hard to judge for these characters, because you have to think about, does it factor in the healing or whatnot, so I'm just going to go with the healing. Obviously, when you have, a Wolverine-level healing factor, that's really going to give you an edge over someone that doesn't, which is Buffy. Buffy does have a good level of healing, but like I said, I'm not even sure if it stacks up to the level that Spider-Man has. And, Blade is just really high up there when it comes to healing. Maybe it's not even the same level as Wolverine, but even so, he's survived being impaled in the past. And that's crazy, and he can keep exerting himself as long as he injects the blood. Pretty much unlimited stamina versus a pretty much normal human. Well, normal, but you guys know what I mean. So I just really don't see when it comes to physical stats, it's not really that much of a contest. This is a close fight simply because both of them are going to put up a good fight, but I just really believe that Blade just has the strength and speed and durability to take her down. Some of you might be saying, oh, well, Buffy should win because, Blade's a half vampire, and, Blade really only fights vampires, so, and Buffy's not a vampire, so, yeah, I get that. That could be seen as a fair argument. However, both of these characters actually have weapons that could fight regular people, and when it comes to strength and speed and durability, Blade doesn't have that just over vampires. He has that over everyone. So when it comes to weapons, yes, Blade does have weapons specifically designed to kill vampires, and so does Buffy. But Blade also has an adamantium sword. He has a titanium sword with poison at the tip. He has different types of guns, which Buffy has been able to dodge before. But that's not the point. The point is he has weapons that could fight against non-vampires, and so does Buffy, but just because of all the other abilities that Blade has, like the acute senses and his healing, his insane level of healing and his reflexes, and just the unlimited stamina if he injects, I just feel that Buffy's going to be overwhelmed. Even though this is another vampire, vampires in the Marvel Universe are very different than vampires in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. It's just, you have to face facts. Blade is just he's better at... What am I trying to say? He's just more fit to take down someone like Buffy than Buffy is to take down someone like Blade. Because Blade is clearly stronger and faster and more durable and everything I said already than all the vampires that Buffy has actually had to face. When it comes to smarts, yes, Buffy is probably better when it comes to strategy and book smarts. Like I said, the perfect SAT score. And Blade just likes to rush into things. But there's not really much you can do against someone who's clearly stronger, faster, and knows over 5 different martial arts and mixes them together. And when Buffy might only know 1 or 2, I don't really know. Why are you asking me? I barely know anything. But you guys know what I mean. I just personally feel that Blade just has so many advantages over Buffy that it's just going to overwhelm her when it comes to everything. Plus, Buffy does need a lot of prep time sometimes, especially in the earlier parts of the series. She does need a lot of prep time and help with Giles. But you guys get my point. I hope you guys agree with me. But in my opinion, the winner is Blade. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I stuttered a lot and whatnot, but you guys, I'm still doing it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. I always appreciate the likes. If you don't want to like, that's okay. I just appreciate you guys watching the video. If you want to comment down on my result, on my information, on the information that I gathered, if you guys want to comment down on anything like that, or even stuff for the Christmas season, please comment down everything like that. I really want to know that stuff. And if you guys would subscribe, that would honestly be so great. That would really help me out. It would really just make my day. I make these episodes fairly regularly, so I really hope you guys enjoy what I do. I hope you guys are still enjoying this season and the series in general. I hope you guys keep watching and stuff like that, but if you could subscribe, that'd be great if you're not subscribed already. So guys, that was my Blade versus Buffy. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and next time on Whedon and Why, we got Man-Bat going up against Man-Wolf. See you then.